Workshop. My name is Dawn Cooper. I'm the Gear Up Project Director, and I'm super excited to have so many fantastic guest presenters with us tonight. I hope you guys learn a lot. Hope you have fun, and thank you so much for being here. And happy Gear Up Week, everybody. So I'm going to turn it over to Stacy Prescott. She's our Technical College System of Georgia coordinator for Gear Up. Stacy, take it away.
Hey, thank you again for everyone that's here. If you will please take a minute to put your name and your high school in the chat for us so that we can take your attendance, but also so that you can be entered to win an awesome door prize at the end. If you'll just take a minute to do that while we're doing the introductions. First off, we're gonna just do a little agenda run through. We're gonna have an overview of the cosmetology program from Central Georgia Technical College in Macon from Miss Davenport. And then we're going to hear about dual enrollment opportunities from Mr. Rozier. And then we're going to be privileged to hear from Miss Laura Stillwell, who is our guest cosmetologist, who will present to us, and she'll teach us about the color wheel, and she'll walk us through some updos and stuff for our mannequins. So just before we do that, just a little fun question. Did anybody name their mannequin? That was my favorite part. Whenever I got a new mannequin, I would name her. Did anybody name their mannequin? What did you name her, Amari? No, are you Keisha? All right. Anybody else name their mannequin? Well, if you do decide to go to cosmetology school, your mannequins are going to become your best friends. So you are going to want to name them and have a good rapport with them. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Miss Davenport.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Again, this is Miss Davenport. She's our cosmetology instructor. I am Mr. Rozier, Kenneth Rozier, the high school coordinator for dual enrollment at Central Georgia Technical College. And again, welcome to Gear Up Week. We are very excited. Gear Up Week is a high time. It is definitely an important time, especially for the state of Georgia, where there are a lot of opportunities for you all, or you all are provided a lot of resources. So with no further ado, we're going to kind of switch it up a little bit because our presentation is tied in together. And so we're going to talk first a little bit about dual enrollment. So what I'm going to do is share our presentation, and then it's going to roll right into cosmetology, because again, you all didn't come here really to hear me. You all came here to talk about the cosmetology department, to hear about the cosmetology department. And for this sidebar, while I do not have a mannequin, but if I would have had a mannequin, I would have named my mannequin Stephanie. Stephanie, that would that would have been the name of my mannequin, Stephanie. So again, so thank you for joining us. Central Georgia Tech is definitely excited. We welcome you, and we definitely appreciate you. So with no further ado, we're going to go into our presentation here, and we're going to share our presentation and see here. Do you all see that presentation? Do you all see that?
It looks good.
All right, all right. So again, this is the cosmetology. Again, we're here to talk about cosmetology. But first, I want to talk about the dual enrollment process of the cosmetology, and I'm going to kind of go more into the requirements. And then from there, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Davenport. So here at Central Georgia Technical College, we have a cosmetology program. And so for a student that is interested in cosmetology, a student first, the only thing that they are required to submit to be eligible to participate in cosmetology is their high school GPA, their high school transcript. And that transcript has to have a minimum GPA of a 2.0. So that's all you have to enter into the cosmetology program for dual enrollment. Currently, right now, we have cosmetology programs throughout the Middle Georgia area, tied with dual enrollment with Central Georgia Technical College. And so a student can get into cosmetology while the entry level says a ninth graders. Actually, they start in the 10th grade because House Bill 444, it has changed. And so now students can enter into the 10th grade from 10th through the 12th grade, and they can enter into the cosmetology program. And so with that being said, we have our cosmetology program. It sits on all three campuses. We have a cosmetology program in Warner Robins. We have one in the Macon campus, and also too, we can offer classes and services on the Milledgeville campus. But our bulk of our cosmetology program is offered on the Macon and Warner Robins campus, and it filters through what we call our career academies, our college and career academies. And that's where our instructors would come to the actual career academies, and they would offer cosmetology. So with no further ado, I have the lady of the hour, the one who is very knowledgeable. I have worked with her for over 2 years, and I'm excited to bring on Ms. Davenport, who will tell you more about the cosmetology program. If you're interested in dual enrollment, please feel free to call or contact us at cgtc.org and / high school initiatives. And that's what we can bring. We can tell you more about either cosmetology or just dual enrollment in general.
Things that you guys, what brings you to cosmetology? What's your interest? Is it like hair color? Is it braiding? I mean, like what is your interest? That's one of the things that when I get into cosmetology that the first thing that says, what brought you here? So do you have any questions, or would you like to share anything that I can answer for you?
Anything in the chat that you all may have, any questions in regards before she starts about the cosmetology program, or what is your interest?
Once once you if you when you're taking the classes at the high school and you go through, you can come over to once you've taken like the COS 1000, 1020. That's our shampooing class. COS 1000 is like the history of cosmetology. We also do a nail course in there where you can learn how to do nails. You can sculpture nails, do all kinds of the nail art. And then once when we get those courses, it's really a great program because it cuts out a lot of time that you would have by going taking the courses in high school. Cuts out probably 2 semesters or so. And then when you come over here, like you had the 1020, you can have the 1070 and 1120 is our salon management. That's a really fun course that you take too. It gives you, we can learn how to operate in the salon, and you may create things that for your business plan and all that. But it cuts out, takes a lot less time to do it from once you start, when you come over, instead of just coming traditionally into the regular program, it takes like 12 months then. So once you come over to our program, then you can start into our like 1010, which is our COS 1010, which is our chemicals. You can take 1040 hairstyling, and then take 1050 is the hair color. And I have some pictures. Let's click and show you some pictures. These are some of, this is our Macon campus. And then if you go, let's see, click. Okay, this is the Macon lab, our cosmetology lab here in Macon. The campus here, and I have some other pictures that some of my students have done. Here's some of my students in class. They were doing our nails, and one of them, this is our 1070 course that we have. They had a lot of fun in that class. And this is our hair color class. One student, we like to do all kinds of colors. They had a lot of fun in that class. So it's exciting, and this is a career that you can take it if you don't have to do just behind the chair. this is something that you can take out into the industry. You can be a platform artist. You can teach. I mean, take it as far as you go. You don't have to just stand in one spot. This is we have fun in this class doing theatrical makeup. So this course is in CSM 1060, and it's the facial class, but I also brought in the makeup and things like that for them. And they just want to have fun and do the theatrical stuff. So it's not just the one thing that you can do. You never know where it's going to take you. But the first thing, just have your creativity and go from there. I mean, you just be surprised. It's our nails, like you can learn to do all kinds of nails, nail art, that's some that we have. Hair cutting, some of the pictures that we have. This is some of the people that we've had in our staff. And first of all, this is the courses here. The first semester, you can take like 1,000, the 10. If you're just traditionally coming in, 30, which is hair cutting, the styling, and all of these classes first, hair color, and then you go to the other courses. We have lab practicums after that. So it goes pretty fast, but even though if you do choose to come on into the dual enrollment, it's like I said, it's going to really, really speed things up for you. And then that will be a better, and then we have, like I said, there's so many other things that you can learn in here too, with the different styles of hair cutting. My students right now, I'm teaching on the lab floor, so they're doing their lab practicum, so we get to work with clients right now too. So it's a lot of fun.
So, and again, as you all can see, when it comes to cosmetology, the cosmetic business in itself is a very, very lucrative, and it's a very popular business. Of course, we know now. Actually, the breaks on cosmetology and cosmetics have expanded. And so what I mean by that is that students now can pretty much do anything. And what I like is that with cosmetology, it's just not for females. It's an industry where males can also get involved and definitely show their creative side. And so again, that's what Central Georgia Tech, that's how we are actively engaging and trying to engage our students here when it comes to dual enrollment and in the cosmetology program. What we want to do is definitely open the floor for questions, or even in the chat. Would you all have any questions, just to kind of see, okay, a little bit about what the cosmetology program is, or whatnot? Let me ask you, can you all hold your mannequins up in the screen so that we can kind of see some of your work of art? Okay, got you. See, okay. Listen, they look good. They look good. That's great. So, any questions? Yeah. Any questions? If If not, then again, we definitely want to thank you, and thank you, Gear Up, definitely Stacy and Don, and definitely everyone that and definitely my partners and friends in the Gear Up for allowing us to be a part of this and Central Georgia Tech. We are a big supporter, and we are a big partner with Gear Up. And so again, we hope that you all have a great time. And remember, definitely check out the resources for Gear Up, because it is Gear Up Week. And so we need all of your energy, but there are a lot of great resources. So again, we turn it over to you, Stacy. And thanks again for having us.
Awesome, Ken and Leslie. Thank you so much for being here, and all the information that you guys shared. And I know most of our students are from Muskogee County and Clayton County, and your technical colleges have the same program, and it looks very similar to what you learned here today. So if you want more information for that, I'm going to put my email in the chat, and I will hook you up with the right person to talk to at your technical college. And I can't talk and type at the same time, sorry. Okay. That resource is available to you no matter where you're at. And I also wanted to thank you again, Ken and Leslie, for sharing with us. And I wanted to point out that if you take the cosmetology class, one of the good things that happens is you're taught all the things you need to learn to take the state board license for a master cosmetologist license. And what that means is you're not just licensed to do hair, you're licensed to do nails, and you're licensed to do some skincare as well. So you're not limited to just hair, although hair is, I think, one of the very funnest parts of being a cosmetologist. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Laura Stilwell, our guest presenter today. And if you if you have not typed your name and high school in the chat yet, please do so that we can take your attendance, and also so you can be in the drawing for the door prize at the end. Okay, Laura, go for it.
Hi, everyone. So glad you're here. Thank you so much for having me. And who's excited for tonight? Can I get a show of hands? Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just share my screen real quick. Okay, let's see. So, hey, I'm Laura Stillwell, and a little bit about me. So, I studied Paul Mitchell, the School of Atlanta, and I've been a licensed master's cosmetologist in the state of Georgia since 2011. I'm the owner of Intentional Artistry, and I have a salon suite based in Valdosta, Georgia. My specialties behind the chair are blonding, bridal, makeup, and blowouts. I've been married for 5 years, and I have 2 fur babies named Midnight and Jade. So here is a little bit of my work and my salon suites. So you can kind of see, what salon, business owner can look like too. So my suite is my very own business that I could do in someone else's salon. So I run my own clients. I do everything myself, have my own inventory. Everything is my own, and I just run it inside of a salon too. So what you'll learn today is hands-on color theory, an example of what toning does to correct unwanted colors, and how to create a fishtail braid and transform it into an updo. So before we kind of dive into the main part of today's presentation, I want to talk to you about a little thing for the beauty industry. So it's not just technical. Technical is a lot of what we do as cosmetologists. Of course, we have to do it, and we have to do it well behind the chair, right? But there's another side of the cosmetology department as well, and that is atmosphere and environment. So I want you to think about this. Have you ever been into a salon yourself, or been to an appointment where you just feel so good about yourself? You love everything about walking through the door, to sitting in someone's chair, to really having a great conversation. The service is amazing, right? And then you leave feeling like $1,000,000, right? So we're able to be a light and be positive to other people. And we have an opportunity to be really intentional and to make a difference in people's lives on a daily basis. So I want to talk to you about something too. And I want to encourage you, because I know you're about to finish one chapter and go forward to another. And so I want to talk to you about kind of a fixed and growth mindset, and then fail. So a fixed mindset is just kind of staying where you are and not growing. And a growth mindset is always working on ourselves, right? So think about where you are now. You might have a friend, a family member, a teacher, someone in your life who is really speaking into you, and they're really encouraging you to study, to do your best in school, to make good decisions, have good friends. Well, when you graduate, you might have a little bit of that too, but when you become an adult, you kind of have to do it yourself. So that's why I want to encourage you today to always be in a growth mindset, always be in a position of saying yes to an opportunity, because to be able to bless someone is really blessing yourself too. And one more thing before we go on to our main presentation is I want you to know that cosmetology and any kind of thing of what you're doing, any industry, if you go into cosmetology or if you don't, I want you to know that failing is a part of it. Okay? I don't want you to feel like you have to know it all at once and just have to feel like you have to know it completely all right now. You got to learn along the way. And sometimes that can be a failing process, right? But I want you to know that you don't fail. I want to give you another perspective shift. I want you to say, okay, if this thing didn't go right, or if I can't do this, haircut right, or, I fail a test, I want you to be able to say, I learned from it. Okay? So fail is for all I learned. If you fail at something, did you learn from it? And are we going to go forward and grow from it? Okay. So now let's talk about color theory. This is a big part of being a cosmetologist, especially a colorist. So you might be thinking, why is color theory important? What is color theory? Do I really need to know the color wheel? And is the color wheel something that I'll use my entire career? And the answer is yes. Knowing the color wheel, the level systems, pigments is the first thing you have to know, like the back of your hand, to help you and to be a part of your daily life being a colorist. Now, it might feel very overwhelming. That is normal, okay? Totally normal. But I just want to give you like a little, just kind of show and tell of what color theory is, because can I give you a little secret? So I'm 10 years into cosmetology and I'm still learning about color theory. We're still learning, we're still growing. We're kind of like, oh, that's it. It unlocks your brain as the more that you do it and the more that you can see it with your own eyes. The color wheel is the first step in your foundation to being a great colorist. You will use the color wheel, underlying pigments, and the level system your entire career. And if you're a newer colorist, then really take the time to learn it, because it will launch you further and quicker into helping you achieve your color goals. Now, keep an eye out for the next parts of the foundation of being a great colorist on my page. And lastly, I've created a free workbook called Color Wheel Breakdown and a bonus section that's linked in my bio, free just for you. The color wheel is the first step. So in your kits, you guys got a color wheel breakdown and your palettes and everything. So I want you to go ahead and get them out, just so that when we're ready to start, that you guys have it all set up. So while you do that, I'm going to share with you a little bit of the color wheel breakdown. So this is the same workbook that you guys got in your kits. So let's see, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. And I promise you will have this right here in front of you. So the first thing is primary colors. So have we all taken art class before? Right? Can I get a show of hands or a nod? We've all taken art, right? So we know kind of a little, does anyone know the color wheel? Yeah? Okay, awesome. I'm getting a few hands. Okay, great. So you're already a step ahead for the color wheel. So if you already know, we already know the primary colors, which is yellow, blue, and red. So in cosmetology, if you're a colorist, this is the first step of, you can create any color that you want just by these three colors. So your secondary colors are orange, green, and violet. And how you get these are a mixture of the primary colors. And don't worry, we're going to teach you how to combine them and to create them as well. So on this page, on the secondary color page, you're going to see exactly how to do that. And so you know how to mix green, purple, and orange. And the first thing is yellow and blue make green, red and blue make violet, and red and yellow make orange. And this next part is when we're doing the color wheel, you're going to actually see it in motion of how we're actually going to create this, okay? And then lastly, tertiary colors. So tertiary colors are a mix between primary colors and secondary colors. And tertiary colors are yellow orange, yellow green, red orange, blue green, red violet, and blue violet. And then you can see how we can make, there's steps on this page to show you how to make the tertiary colors as well. Okay, so now it's practice time. Okay, so who's ready to practice your color wheel and create the colors? Are y'all ready? Yeah, I see a hand. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I want you to, the practice sheet that you see on this that says practice time, it should be your last page in your workbook. And is everyone ready? Can I get a hand when you're all ready? Awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. Okay, so it looks like everyone's kind of ready. Okay, so now we're gonna practice. So I'm going to share this next part and give you a little bit more time to get ready. And then just make sure that you have your, before we play this video, make sure you have your palette, your circle palette, your brushes, maybe even a paper towel or a cup of water, and then this workbook and the paints. So I'll let you go ahead and get that. Okay. Okay. Can everyone see this? You see it? Okay, perfect. All right, let's go for it. We are going to create the color wheel, the primary colors to make secondary and tertiary colors, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So in your workbook, the last page you're going to get, it's going to look just like this. Turn to this. You have a wheel like this, and then you have your red, your yellow, and your blue colors. And you should have paintbrushes. So I would also suggest that you kind of wet a paper towel and have extra paper towels on the side just to be able to clean your brushes. So we're going to go step by step. And right now, so let's go ahead and put your red, your yellow, and your blue primary colors on. And then we'll show you the next steps of how to create secondary and then tertiary colors. So what I want you to do is go ahead and I'm going to focus on these three colors. So you'll want to shake up a little bit of each color. And we're going to put red here, your yellow, as well as your blue. And at the moment, we're putting a little bit more in just to be able to take from it. do that. So I'm gonna switch this back out and let you see the color wheel right here. All right. And now what we're gonna do is take one paintbrush and do the yellow. Try to stay in the lines as much as possible. All right, and then the next one is red. I'm gonna put the next primary color here, which is red. And color this in real quick. Okay, now that's done. I'm going to add our blue. Okay, great. So we have that all done. And now we're going to make our secondary colors. So your secondary colors, if you look back on the workbook, like what we talked about, your secondary colors come from mixing your yellow and your red to create orange. So let's do that now. I'm going to show you how to mix that. So you're going to have your red and your yellow together. So I'm going to scoop out some yellow color and a touch of red, and you're going to combine them. Looks like we might need a little bit more red and a little bit more yellow. Make enough where you can use a little bit of this. For your next colors. So we'll do a little bit more and keep adding it until you get a good orange color that you like. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So now we're gonna put this orange color on the secondary color. And a good tip is to use the top portion, the angled part around the corner, around the circle. So you can try to stay inside as much as possible. You mix red and blue together, and then what do you create? You create violet. We're gonna take a little bit of blue and a little red and start mixing it together. We'll need a little bit more. All right, so that looks like a good purple. So now we're gonna put the purple right here in the secondary pot. Okay. So now that we have our violet together, we're going to make the last secondary color, which is a mixture between blue and yellow, and it makes green. So we're gonna put some yellow here and a little bit of blue. Let's get a tiny bit more yellow. How's everyone doing? I just want to check in and just make sure that the video is not going too fast. Everyone doing good? Thumbs up?
Question.
Okay. Okay, sure.
Okay, so it was yellow and red, blue and yellow, and then what was the other mix?
So for the green,
Uh, yeah, because okay, so we're on, I believe, the secondary colors, and then I on somewhere I was kind of behind, but I forgot one of
yeah,
them. I know it was blue and red. No, I mean not blue and red. Red and yellow, blue and yellow, and it was one more color for the secondary. I don't know what it was.
so for the violet, so
Yeah,
blue
violet.
and
Yes.
red.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. How is everyone else doing? Good.
I'm slightly behind, but I'm catching up pretty well.
That's okay. If we need to kind of wait, that's why I wanted to catch in just to see how you guys were doing, because I know I was just watching everyone, so I want everyone to be able to be on the same page. So y'all let me know. We'll keep
Yeah,
going.
we have like a couple of minutes because I'm just
A minute?
I'm just finishing up the primary colors.
Okay. Absolutely.
While you guys are doing that, I just want to point out that this is an actual exercise that you'll do when you're in cosmetology school.
Yeah, and to jump with Stacy with that is that color theory is something that you're going to learn and use your entire career. So even though there's underlying pigments, there's level systems, and this all is just like an introduction to show like all of that. So there's level systems, and you'll learn this going into cosmetology too in color theory. But say for instance, your primary, so your blue, so look at your blue all the way to the yellow. Your blue is going to be the darkest level that you can have. And then your yellow is going to be your lightest. And with levels, you have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so this is something, so think of, to give an example, think of while you're just finishing up, think about like if you've ever seen someone's hair that the under, like in the sun, it's blue. So that is your darkest level. It's a blue black. And then someone who has, let's see, red hair, for example, or red in the sun, you can say that that is your, yes. Oh, perfect. Okay. Thanks, Stacy. Okay. So I'll show you this too. I know you guys are kind of working through this, but this will also be recorded too. So please don't feel like you're going to miss anything and to be sent to you. But I just want to show you this. So you can tell that this is a level 1 and it's your darkest color, and all the way up to your lightest, which is your level 10. So you're going, when you lighten hair, so say your client is at like a level 3, which is a lot of the case, and then she wants to be at a level 10. You're having to go level 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're having to lift all those levels up. So that is why we're kind of just jumping into color theory. And when you see all these colors on the page, another reason why we're doing this is to already go ahead and train your eyes to see the colors that is going to lift out of the hair. So you're going to see, and on the back of this, you can see that you're going to lift to your violets, red. You're going to see a lot of red. You're going to see a lot of orange before you even get to a yellow. So that's why I want to show you, that's why we're doing this. Because I remember, so a little story time, and if you guys are ready to move on, I don't want to talk too much. I want to keep kind of go on. So just kind of nod your head if you're good, or if you want to hear the story.
Can we hear the story? I'm still.
Yeah, can we hear the story?
Hear the story? Okay. Perfect. So when I was in cosmetology school, when I was at Paul Mitchell, I got into phase 2, which is we had to do a boot camp. So you'll have the floor. You'll have when you graduate from the to the floor, you go through kind of your time, which is all in all cosmetology departments. You learn your theories. You learn how to actually do it. You learn with a mannequin how to apply color, how to do how to cut everything before you can even graduate to the floor to take clients. And I remember I had been on the floor, I guess, for a little while. And I had a learning leader who was one of my teachers in Paul Mitchell, and his name was Matt. And he encouraged me to go do phase 2. And I didn't feel like I was super confident enough to do it. And he pushed me to do it. So I said, yes, I'll do it. Well, I get in, we do the boot camp, and I get into phase 2. Yay! I was super excited. I was actually shocked, to be honest, but we did it. I did it. And then my learning leader in phase 2, her name's Tracy. And 10 years later, I'm still really good friends with both of these people. So just keep that in mind when you go to cosmetology school. Sometimes you can actually work with them at the end, or, you're going to both be in the cosmetology, department and in the industry too. So what I want to encourage you with is it might seem overwhelming, and I won't lie, it is. It's definitely overwhelming, but I want to also encourage you that I'm 10 years in a career, and when I was formulating, so in cosmetology school, she would give us tests. And these kind of quizzes were like, they would give you an example of a client, the client's example, what their hair currently looks like, what their goal is, what level they are, and formulate for them. So say for instance, you have a client that comes in your chair. She is a level 3, which would be like a dark brown, right? And she is wanting to be a level 9. How would you formulate for that person? And I will not lie, I failed every single time for formulating because I didn't get it. Okay. So until I was an assistant, so I went all this time and I still didn't understand what level systems was. I still didn't understand what are you talking about a 6NA? What are you talking about a 9V? I didn't understand any of that. It didn't make sense to me because a lot of times when you're in cosmetology schools, you're going to work with cholesterol, which is good. It's okay to work with cholesterol. It gets you into the habit of knowing how to do it, the technical side of it, right? But sometimes it is important to know how we learn, right? So there's visual learners, there's audio, we listen by reading. So for me, I'm all 3. And think about that for you too, and give yourself grace. So if you're a visual learner, then you're going to need to see the color, right? So once I graduated, got my license, and went into a salon, I assisted for probably about a year and a half. And that was the best thing that I probably could do and could recommend that you do, because it gives you an opportunity to let your eyes learn. And that might sound interesting, but your eyes have to develop over time. And it takes time to see the color and it lift and see tones and be able to say, okay, this is ready. So I want to give you that encouragement. And that's why I want to say, give you some grace. But definitely what I recommend is you have this mannequin. So when you get into cosmetology school and you feel like you need to see it for yourself, then I recommend you going to Cosmoprof or going to Salon Centric and buying those colors of exactly what we're doing on this color wheel. And I'll show you an example once we're done this color wheel process of how we tone out, like how violet cancels out yellow tones. So, okay, how's everyone doing? Good? I got a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, I'm just kind of scrolling through and seeing y'all's faces. Feel good, everyone? Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Right. Okay, let's go. Let's do it again. Okay, so how to make green your secondary color. So how far did you guys get to the green too? Can you guys give me some feedback? So we've got primary colors done and secondary colors. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right, so let's see. Let me fast forward this then. All right, so it looks so your picture looks like this. Your workbook looks just like this. I get nods. I got nods. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Perfect. All right, so we're gonna move on to tertiary colors are yellow, red, and blue. Your secondary colors is orange. And how do you get that? By yellow and red. Your violet is your secondary, and you get that from red and blue. And your green for secondary color is from yellow to blue. So now that we have all that, let's fill it in with the tertiary colors. So now that we still have green on our paintbrush, we're going to make this tertiary color, which is your yellow green. So how you get that is by mixing yellow and green together. Let's do that. So I'm just going to pick up some yellow to make our yellow green. And we might need a little bit more yellow. So that's what I'll do. So let's get your paint and I'll bring it back into the frame. All right. So let's put a little bit of yellow. Let's stir it up. Maybe a little more. Oh. All right, we'll definitely get like a yellow. Oh. And then we'll do your next one. So this is your green and your blue, and that makes blue green. So let's go ahead and make that. Let's add some blue to your green. I'll add a touch more. That's a pretty color. So now let's do your blue green. Maybe a touch more green, a touch more blue. Let's just add that real quick just to make it a difference. All right, there we go. That's better. It was looking too much similar to the green, so let's add it a little bit more blue. I think that looks pretty good right now. Violet and blue. So here's still your violet. I'm going to take a little bit of. What's everyone doing? Oh, good. Blue and add it to the violet. A little bit more red to make a little bit more violet.
What are we mixing violet with again?
Sorry, say that again.
What are we mixing violet with again? What primary color?
So for violet, it's yellow, it's red and blue for violet.
And then we're mixing that to, and then what color are we mixing that to make the tertiary color?
To tertiary color. So then you do your, so we're doing right now, so the blue violet, you're going to mix violet and the blue together to make blue violet.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Is it okay if our colors look like, because her colors look brighter than mine, and I'm trying to like add the perfect amount of colors, but it's not working and I'm getting behind. Is it okay if her colors are
No,
just a little bit?
absolutely. It is okay. This is just kind of like a visual thing. And so that's a really good point too, because it's going to be different in cosmetology too. So yes, it is okay as long as it's kind of on, like, you can kind of tell it's a green and a blue, blue green and a blue violet and stuff. As long as you can kind of tell that it has a little violet in there too, then absolutely. You don't have to be perfect with it at all.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, of course. All right, I'm gonna give another couple seconds just to see like if you guys can, we're good with it. You guys are doing so great. Good job. Does anyone else have any questions? Or you feel pretty good about it? All right, I'm gonna keep going. Sound good? Okay, perfect. That's your blue violet. And then the next one that we're gonna do is going to be your red violet. So you'll combine violet and red together to make a red violet. And we'll show you what that looks like. All right. So now we need to make a little bit more violet. We'll show you how to do that. So we'll do equal parts of red. So you got your red. And we can do blue. Okay, and that's it. So now we'll just stir it together. I'm gonna add a little bit more red. Okay, so now I think we have our violet. So I'm just gonna add some of that there. And I'm gonna put some more red in here. Just a drop more. Perfect. So now let's get your red violet painted. So the next color we're gonna make is your yellow orange. And we're gonna do that between yellow and orange. So we have some orange here. I would suggest if you have your other paintbrush to use that, or if you have like your paper towel or anything, that's good too, just so that you don't get the darker colors with the lighter colors. Perfect. All right. And we're just going to add a little yellow right here. We're going to take some orange and add it into the yellow. Add a little bit more orange. All right. And we're going to paint it in. All right, and for the last color that we're going to do is orange and red. So now in your orange part, we're going to add a little bit of red. So let's start with a drop and add it in. Let's add a little bit more red. Maybe a touch more. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and that's it. So let's recap. Okay, so your primary colors are yellow, red, and blue. Your secondary colors are orange, green, and violet. And how you make those are red and blue to make violet, red and yellow to make orange, and yellow and blue to make green. And then let's talk about your tertiary colors. So your tertiary colors are yellow, orange, and that's made by orange and yellow. And then red, orange mixed with orange and red. You've got your red, violet, and that's equal parts of red and violet together. You've got your blue, violet, and you mix those with violet and blue to create that. And then you have a blue green, and how you make that is blue and green together. And then your yellow green, which is green and yellow. All right. So how's everyone doing? How did everyone feel about that? Good. I got thumbs up. Awesome. So I'm gonna let you kind of finish for just a second, and I want to see all of your color wheels too. So we don't have to do that right. If everyone is done, which I see maybe a couple people. Almost done. Yeah. Yes, perfect. Okay, so if you're done, can we hold hold up all of our color wheels up so we can all see them? Yay! Those look fabulous. Oh my gosh, I love them all. Y'all did such a great job. Good job. I love it. Okay, so now we are going to, let me see. So I'm going to get the next part. Hold on just a minute. Perfect. All right. All right, I'm trying just to hold, please, for just a second. Just trying to get this back up to so you can see it. All right, can everyone see this? You see it? Okay, perfect. All right, so now I'm going to show you an example of violet neutralizing yellow. So I want you all to just take a look at your color wheel and to think about what the color wheel does. So your color wheel neutralizes and complements. So think about at the holiday time, your green and your red, right? Those complement each other. But in the color wheel in cosmetology, they actually cancel each other out. So that is the same thing of yellow and violet. So yellow and violet complements. Orange and blue complements. So everything that is diagonally across or straight up and down, they all complement or neutralize. So I'm going to show you exactly what that does right here in this video. So as you can see, this model is, our client is at a natural, like at a level 9, 10, about a 9. She's very gold. So I'm going to use the Moroccan Oil Blue shampoo. Or purple shampoo. Sorry, got my words mixed up. And we're going to put this on the hair and just kind of work it in. And you can see what a violet does to those unwanted golden tones. And you can see it just neutralizes out right here. And it creates just clarity of it. It takes it right out. And then you work it in, you kind of let it sit, you watch it with your eyes, and that's what we're doing here. So we're pushing the product into the hair, but we're also watching it. And now you can see that it just neutralized all the unwanted yellow tones out of the hair. So you guys got your first look at what a violet does, so what a toner would do in the hair. Okay, how's everyone feeling? Everyone feeling good? Feel like you're learning? Okay,
Yeah.
so next thing we're
I finished kind of late.
say that again?
But here's my color wheel.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said I finished kind of late, but here's my color wheel.
Let's see it. Hold on just for a minute. I'm trying to find it all. Hold on just a second. Yay! Awesome! That color wheel looks awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It looks fabulous. Did everyone complete the color wheel as well? Everyone feel good about it? Guys, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, cool. So who's ready to learn how to do a fishtail braid? Awesome. You are? Yay. Okay. So this next part, I see a lot of you already have your mannequins out and ready. So yay for y'all. If you do not have your mannequin yet, out and ready to go, now is the time to kind of get it ready, get in a place where you can learn how to braid and get your any kind of comb. I would suggest a rat tail comb, which is a comb with a metal tail. And I would get your elastics and your bobby pins out and ready to go. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes, like just a minute to get set up, ready to go. And then we're going to jump right into our next one. Does anyone need a break? Oh, yes. Thank you, Stacy. Okay. Thank you, Stacy. We're here together. Okay, so this is your rat tail comb. So it'll look like this, or if you have this, this is what a rat tail comb is. Thank you. Okay, everyone feel good? Ready to go? Okay, all right. So now I'm just, oops, go back real quick. I'm just trying to share real quick. Okay, can everyone see this? You see it? Okay, thank you, Stacy. Okay, let's get started. What we're gonna do is work in a couple different sections. So go ahead and get your part. So it'll look like this. You can create whatever kind of part you want. I want to go ear to ear. And what we're going to do is go to this back section first. So we're going to create a base in the back of her head. Right through here. Okay. And then we're going to show you what a fishtail braid looks like. But first, I want to make sure that we have a good solid foundation for the bun, okay? Gather all of this up. I'm going to put it into a ponytail. We're going to do it. I did, yeah. Now if everyone gets into a ponytail. Just make sure that you leave the front two sections out. So what I mean by that, let's see. Stacy, can you see me? Okay. So what you'll do, everyone, is from ear to ear. So from the top of the head down to the ear on either sides, just take those out, push that to the front, and just create a ponytail from the back. Let me just kind of go back just a little bit so you can see. Okay, let me go back. So I'm going to show you guys this again because I think we're having a little technical things here with the internet. So I'm just going to show it again. What we're going to do is work in a couple different sections. So go ahead and get your part. So it'll look like this. You can create whatever kind of part you want. I want to go ear to ear. And what we're going to do is go to this back section first. So we're going to create a base in the back of her head. Right through here, okay? And then we're going to show you a fishtail braid looks like. But first, I want to make sure that we have a good solid foundation for the bun, okay? Gather all of this up. I'm going to put it into a ponytail. How's everyone feeling with it? You guys all have your ponytails and all? You might have to go. Can anyone unmute and just tell me if you guys can see this and hear me?
Yes, we can hear
You can
you.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. On my end, we've got kind of like a little technical stuff, so connection kind of seems to go in and out. So I just want to make sure everyone, and I don't want anyone to miss this. Okay, y'all ready to go on to the next
You are
part?
frozen though.
Yeah.
Frozen? Okay. Yeah, I paused the video so that I could just make sure everyone was on the same page. So thank you all so much. All right, I'm going to press play. We're going to do a fishtail braid on either sides of her head and connect it to the back, okay? Take a section and angle it back because this is kind of where we're going to want for it to fall. So split this down the middle like this. Don't worry about this section because we're going to add it in just a little bit. And you're going to have two sections. And you're going to pull from your pinky, each pinky. So you're going to pull a little bit of hair, cross it over, take this back, put this strand of hair in between your pointer and your middle finger. Take your other pinky, cross it over, just like that, okay? Have pretty good tension. Smooth out any kind of imperfections that you see along the way. So now we're going to pick up some of that other hair and cross it over. Smooth it down. And we're going to do so on the other side too. How are you feeling about this, y'all? Do I need to pause the video and show step by step a little bit more? I see. Is that a yeah?
Yes.
You know what? Yes, okay, perfect. Okay, can you still see me? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. Can you see my girl? You see her? Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is, so you have her, have this, right? So I want you to take a section and let's practice this real quick. So take your section and split it up. So you have two sections just like this. I actually do a little bit brighter. You see that? I'll try to go to a grid view. Okay. So just like this, so once you have it split up, you're going to alternate sides. So in the video, I say pinkies, but if you need to use your pointer finger and your thumb, do that, or your pointer finger, okay? Whatever feels best for you. So you'll split this up, so 2 hands, and then pull, so you can kind of rest one section into your pinky and pick up a little bit of hair, right? And cross it over. So it looks like this. I know. Okay. And then the other side, so you'll want to put this in between your pointer and your middle finger and let that rest right there. Take your other finger, other hand that doesn't have anything, pick up a little bit of hair and cross it over. You guys see it? And then take another section, cross it over. Take another section, cross that over. So you'll want to make sure that in both of your sections, you're holding it where your hand is in kind of a fist and your thumb is up at the top. So just like this, and you'll want to have pretty good tension on either side. How's everyone doing? I got a thumbs up. Let's see. So some videos I can see, let's see. If you want to unmute yourself, you're welcome to. Y'all feel
What's the
pretty good about
difference
this?
between a French braid and, I mean, what's this? A fishtail braid and a regular braid? Because with a regular braid, you have 3 sections, but I'm not understanding the fishtail. Like, are you supposed to have like different, like 3 like a regular braid? Or are you supposed to start with 2 and then work? I'm confused.
Hey Stacy, did you get all that? Mine was and a fish shape. Okay, so a regular braid, so your French braid is in 3 sections. So your fishtail braid is 2 sections, whereas your French braiding, let me put this down. Your French braiding is in 3 sections, like this. So this is your French braid. Whereas the other one, let me see, your other one is your fishtail braid. Did that answer your question? Yeah, okay. How's everyone feeling about the fishtail braid? Because if we need to,
Then
I know this for. Say that again. Okay, so I'm going to show fishtail again, okay? So split up your hair. So create a horizontal parting. You can use your rat tail comb for this, or your hands, and you just split it down the middle like this. And you take one side, so a little bit of the hair from the outer side, and you cross it over. And then you do that same thing on the other side, and you cross that over like this. And then you keep on going. How does everyone feel? You feel like you're pretty good and you feel like you can complete the fishtail braid, you think?
Yeah, what do we do when we no longer have any more hair to feed in?
Let's see. You might have to reconnect. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Can't see me?
It went
Okay.
out.
Sorry, everyone. Hey, Stacy, is there any way we can just reconnect? Yeah. Hey, guys, if you can hear me, I'm gonna try to reconnect. So I might lose you for a minute. Just keep practicing, and then I'm gonna try to just reconnect to the internet again and just see if that'll work. So fingers crossed. Okay. So the iPhone one. Okay. I guess it is doing it right. Yeah. Okay. Hey, can everyone hear me again? I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much for understanding and being patient. Okay. How does everyone feel about the fishtail braid so far? Do you feel like we're good to move on, or do you think we need a little bit more practice? All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on to have a direction, like direct back. So over direct it back. Okay. So take up a little bit of that hair, cross it over. And just remember that even like that this is recorded and that you guys can watch this anytime up on the Gear Up YouTube channel. Adjust your mannequin if needed. Keep picking up some hair. Over direct it back. Okay, so you'll keep doing this all the way down to the bottom of the hair. And then you'll have another chance to continue to practice on the other side as well. So if you, just to let you know, for this, just for practice and all, if you feel like you aren't getting the fishtail braid, that is okay. Give yourself some grace, okay? If you want to just do a French braid, if you know how to do that, go for it. Kind of do whatever braid you like. That is the beauty of updos. So if you are doing great on the fishtail, keep going. If you want to do twists and all, then do that too, okay? Whatever you feel like you want to do. And at the bottom, just secure it with an elastic. Okay. So now we're going to do the other side. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. And I want to give you guys a story as well. So braiding was something, updos and all, was something that I didn't learn in school either. A little bit. Like my first client on the floor was an updo. And that's how I found out that I loved updos. And if updos is not your thing, that is okay. It doesn't have to be. But if you love it, just know that in your career, it's going to kind of feel like a fire hydrant. And you're going to learn a lot and a lot at once. So just give yourself some grace. Kind of figure out kind of what, when you get into cosmetology school, kind of pay attention to what you are loving at the moment and what kind of sparks that creativity and having fun, because your career should be about having fun, right? Even while you're in school, especially while you're in school. So just remember, give yourself some grace. I think it was like my third year into my cosmetology career when I went to go take a class, a bridal class, and that is the first time that I had learned how to do a braid or an updo. So I'm looking at y'all, and you guys are doing such a great job. And so I just want to give you some encouragement there. This is just about having fun. So is there any kind of feedback, any kind of questions that you guys have? So just make sure that you, whatever kind of design that you're doing, you just tie it off. And it could look like this on either side. So kind of look like pigtails. And that is just so that you can secure it so that you don't mess up any of the hard work that you've done. I'm going to give you just a couple more minutes just to kind of get the sides done, however you're thinking. And then we'll move on to the back where we're actually going to put it up into an updo.
And while you guys are doing that, I just want to jump in and say, you know, Laura and I work in the same salon together. And one of the things I love about working in the same salon with other stylists is you are always learning from each other. So something that I don't do well that Laura does well, she's willing to teach me, and vice versa. Something that I do well that maybe Laura would like some help with, I'm willing to jump in and teach her. So, you know, we're always learning from each other. So just because you don't think that you're great in one area, there's always somebody there that's willing to have your back and teach you. It's one of the great things about this industry, always learning.
Yes, I love that. So true. And yeah, just to kind of pick up with Stacy too, no matter what kind of career you're in, if you decide to go to cosmetology, which we hope we do, because we love the industry and we hope we need more uh, beauty lovers to come in also, and just to make the world even more beautiful. But it doesn't matter how long you've been in an industry. I think, you know, just like what Stacey said, is that we learn from each other. And even if someone comes in here that's new, that has been brand new, still like, you know, just licensed and just got through cosmetology school, us veterans in the beauty industry, we can still learn from someone who is just beginning. So we can learn from you guys right now. You know, we can learn from someone who's been in this industry for 60 years or 20 years or 30. So just kind of keep that in mind. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on. So just kind of twist this to the back. Now we're going to work on the back. And you have your ponytail. And you can, what you can do is take your rat tail comb. Now, what I'm doing here is something that you can do, you can't do. I want to encourage you that whatever kind of updo that you're creating, this is your updo, okay? This is you. You'll know kind of what you love. So if you don't love some volume, you don't have to put it in. Now, we're going to take this, and we're going to twist it, and we're going to pin it. Here's a pro tip. This is how I'm placing the bobby pins into the hair. I'm keeping the bobby pin closed and I'm wiggling the bobby pin to the scalp of the head. This allows the style to be locked and secure all day. Okay. All right. Do you have your bun in place? The pinner right here. I'm just tucking in this tail and pinning it into place. Couple more pins just to make sure it's really secured. Just kind of fluff it out just a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to deconstruct this braid a little bit. So take the bottoms and just pinch it up. Use your pointer and your thumb and make kind of like a pinching. and just pinch the outside of the fishtail braid. Meanwhile, you're holding the end very lightly, but still tight. And be gentle with it. Replace this side, and now take your right hand and pinch this side. Normally you do this before you put your hair tie in, but I wanted to show you how to do the braid on the other side as well. And that's why I went ahead and secured both braids. All right. Almost done. Pull it out just a little bit more. And we're gonna have to retie this, but that's okay. So you can deconstruct a braid, or you can or you don't have to. It's kind of up to you and your client and kind of how you're thinking and wanting the updo to look like at the end. Okay. I think that's really pretty. So now retie this real quick so that all of your work doesn't just come unraveled. Well, let's do the other side. So I put a bobby pin there to secure it because I didn't have another elastic. So we're going to do the same thing and deconstruct this side. You guys are doing great. Great job. How are you feeling? Okay, so we're just gonna tie this off back with an elastic. Gonna pull just a little bit more. We're gonna drape it across. Get your bobby pins. Start pinning. I'm gonna do one more pin right here. All right, so now we're gonna take our other side and do the same thing. So we're gonna wrap it around. But first, we're gonna go a little bit up so that we don't cover the other braid. Just kind of come under, pull this under. And then I just put a pin right here. pin a little bit more up here. Pull those down just a little bit. Now this is where you could take your rat tail comb and really just kind of pull up on the pieces of hair so that it creates a diffused look to your style. Another great option is just leaving the braid as is. You don't necessarily have to diffuse the braid, but what I like to suggest is that you do a little bit just so that there is definition and there's a more lived in look to your updo. Okay, let's tuck this. We're going to slide this piece off. Get a bobby pin, open it up, and roll it and tuck. I'll just then. Let's piece this a little bit farther. All right. All right, let's do the other side with this one. What we can just do is just tuck it up here. So you don't even have to take the rubber band out unless you want to, but we're just gonna tuck it up right there. Just pin. Make sure that this can come down a little bit more. Good. And finish off with some hairspray and she is good to go. Got a beautiful updo. Okay. How did everyone feel about their updos? If you're done or almost done, you are welcome to show your updos. I'd love to see them. Pretty. Oh, I love that. Beautiful. You guys are doing such a great job. Yay. Oh, beautiful work, everyone. Beautiful. Now, just remember that you don't have to get it right the first time, okay? Just make sure that you know that doing updos, sometimes you love them, sometimes you don't. So if this is something that you really enjoyed, then just remember to pay attention to that. And if it wasn't your thing, that's okay. Maybe the color theory was, and then you're just going to be an incredible colorist and incredible updo, everything. So just give yourself some grace, but y'all did such a great job. What did you think? Good? You like it? Yeah, got thumbs up? Okay, cool. So I want to, let's see, just do one more thing and just show you. Okay. All right. Okay, so just remember that I love this quote by Eleanor Roosevelt: "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So, no matter what your dream is, if it's cosmetology, if it's to be a salon owner, a platform artist, or another industry, if you don't decide to go into cosmetology, but we hope you do, just to remember to dream and dream big and to believe in yourself. And so now it's time for Q&A. So we have about 10 minutes left. So if anyone has any questions, you are welcome to unmute yourself or to pop it into the chat, and we will answer questions.
And just a reminder, if you haven't already, please put your name and your high school in the chat so that we can show that you were here tonight, and that you'll be eligible for the door prize that we're about to give away. So we'll give you a minute or two to do that, and then we'll give away the door prize. You guys have done so well tonight with your color theory and with your beautiful updos. I'm so impressed, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Hey Laura, I don't have a mannequin head, but I was wondering if there were videos on YouTube or somewhere you would direct the young ladies to, maybe to follow some additional steps on, using the mannequin heads and maybe learning some different styles.
Yeah, so are you thinking like just in general, like who to go follow, or for me, what are you more
I
specifically, who
guess,
would you like?
well, just any options that, what you think would be, as a professional, what you think would be valuable for them going forward, just to get a little more experience using the mannequin head and maybe learning some different styles like they did tonight.
Yeah. So there's always, you can type into YouTube updos on mannequin heads, or updos for beginners, or fishtails for beginners, and you can really kind of take a step and kind of go through a little bit more. I'll put I have some things on my social media as well that you could kind of look towards. But anything, so I would say this for right now. Once you're in, I think behind the chair, when you're actually in cosmetology school, I know that some, like your Cosmoprof, your Salon Centrics, when you're in school, when you're a student, or when you're licensed, you can actually then invest in some education, which I completely recommend that you do. And that's for anything, but definitely for updos and styles and all, if that is something that you're interested in. Okay, what was everyone's main takeaways from tonight? What did you love the most?
I like the color wheel.
The color wheel? Awesome. What about the color wheel that did you love?
The fact that you can make so many colors with just 3 basic colors.
Ah, yes. Yeah, isn't it amazing that you can do that and that you can make that? And so when you're doing things behind the chair, so when you're formulating color too, you're using the color wheel a lot. You're formulating things, you're looking at the levels. So like your level 1 through 10, you're really kind of looking at the client and how to lift through that. And it's really cool. So yeah, you can make really any kind of color that you want from just 3 things. So that's awesome. I love that feedback. Okay, so let me see.
had a question about the mannequin. So if the young ladies wanted to like really get in there and start bleaching and highlighting and adding, purple tints, like how long can they use this mannequin if they're doing a lot to it? Like how long will it last?
I mean, I think if you can, I mean, our just from experience, your entire career, like your entire cosmetology career through school, and I mean, if you don't, okay, it'll last for as long as you kind of want to, and you take care of it, but you can, as long as you don't cut it off, like shave it off. I mean, you'll have it for as long as you need to.
And there was a question in the chat related that asked, can they use heat on the hair?
Yes, you can use heat.
And so if they were using product, you just wash it like regular hair?
Yes, perfect. So yeah, if you use any kind of lightener, if you use color on it, and if you do go to cosmetology school, this is a great mannequin to add to your kit as well that you're gonna get. And you can shampoo it. You can do it at home right now. You can put it under the sink, under the faucet, and just shampoo it like how you would, just normally just shampoo the hair, condition the ends, and then towel dry it. And then you're welcome to cut it or blow dry it, use heat on it, curl it, anything that you want to do with this mannequin. It's 100% human hair. So have fun.
Okay, if there's no more questions, we're going to go ahead and give away the door prize. What we're giving away tonight is test prep for the SAT, and the winner is Dakayla Dates. Yay! So, Dakayla, if you could email us at gearupgeorgia@usg.edu, I'll put that in the chat for you. Email us your address information so that we can, or your email information. Is that right, Dawn? We just need your email for that.
Yes, absolutely. And this is actually a one-on-one tutoring session. So all of our test prep with Gear Up Georgia is free, but we have a few special one-on-one tutoring sessions to help students get this special attention to make sure their scores go up. And I can tell you for a fact, I had to pay for one-on-one for both of my girls, and I saw their score increase afterwards. So this is a jewel to take advantage of it for whichever test that you're interested in taking. And congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome. You are so welcome. I want to thank Laura. Everybody, please give her a hand in the chat. Tell her thank you in the chat. She did an absolute amazing, so great. I think the adults were just as excited as the kids were. Um, such information. As a reminder, if you incur
It's
any
cutting out a little
expenses with dual
bit.
enrollment. Okay, I'm so sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So as a reminder, if you incur any expenses with dual enrollment that the state doesn't cover, Gear Up has you. So just make sure you're not coming out of pocket for anything for dual enrollment. We want to make sure we're supporting you guys. Also, tomorrow is FinLit Friday. So make sure you sign up for the Usher's New Look workshop, FinLit Friday. We're going to play some games, but also learn a lot about financial literacy, about FAFSA, about scholarships. It's really going to be a great event. So I hope you guys can join us. If you haven't signed up already, go to gearupgeorgia.org, our upcoming events page, and you can just click on that link and register for that event. So it's not too late. Still giving away more door prizes there as well. Thank you, Stacy Prescott, our TCSG coordinator, for helping to facilitate this entire session to send you guys those wonderful kits. Also, thank you, Cheryl Thomas, for coordinating getting the kits to you as well, and your Grubhub food codes, which I hope that you guys ate well on those Grubhub food codes. And thank you, Melissa Gattuso. Thank you, all of our program coordinators, for joining us tonight. Yeah, they love you guys so much and are always here to celebrate you and support you. So make sure you reach out to them if you need any help. Have a great evening, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.